Hi, I'm Haley Thompson, one of Lisa Thompson's daughters. The Dr. Lisa Thompson Center was founded in order to help patients and victims of traumatic brain injury receive the emotional support that they need. The program offers scholarships, peer-to-peer counseling, and brain injury coping skills. But ultimately, the Dr. Lisa Thompson Center functions as a lifeline for these patients and their families. It works to return these individuals and their families back to their new normal. My mom would be extremely proud to know that this program is changing lives and preventing people from taking their own. I would love for you to meet some of the families that have experienced this center.
Well, July 18th, 2012 is a day that changed our lives forever. It was just an ordinary day. The boys and I were out of town, and I got a phone call out of the blue up in Michigan in the early evening from Eric's best friend's wife saying that Eric was being rushed to the hospital in an ambulance. As soon as I saw the looks on everyone's faces, I just knew immediately something horrific had happened. And I walked into the room where Eric was, and he was completely hooked up to machines. The nurse, the first words out of her mouth were, "The situation is very grave." And I took that to mean I've got to prepare myself because this could be the end. I'll never forget what the neurologist said. He said that the stroke hit Eric in the worst possible place, in the brainstem, which controls so many body functions, including breathing. I was just filled with questions. You know, will my husband live or die? What will this mean for my family? What will our life look like? I had no idea. Now, at this time, when Eric arrived at RHI, he was essentially unresponsive. He could barely move a muscle. He could, give a thumbs up slightly to answer questions, but he needed assistance to do everything. And I just remember sitting there thinking, what can they possibly do? Because it was just that, it just looked so hopeless to me.
RHI has helped me by giving me my life back. I wouldn't be here without RHI.
It was miraculous seeing what happened day after day. Being a caregiver is a very difficult job. When Eric left RHI, it was exhilarating on the one hand because he had come so far, but it was overwhelming to bring him home.
I don't know, I wouldn't be here without Becky. So she's helped a lot.
And then we got to know Dr. Backhouse, who is a neuropsychologist at RHI. And she has a phenomenal program called the BICS program, which stands for Brain Injury Coping Skills. So thanks to a partnership between the Lisa Thompson Center and RHI, this amazing program was offered to us. And immediately from the first day, Eric and I felt relief because we saw other people coping with the very same thing that we were dealing with.
It's helped me. It's helped the family. It's an amazing place.
There is life after brain injury. We learned that, and it was amazing to be part of this program and meet so many people who were living the same kinds of challenges that we were.
Every day's a gift, and girl's a gift, and the boys are a gift, and
Every day there are little miracles that I see. When I look out the window and see him kicking the soccer ball with the boys in the yard.
we'll play soccer occasionally. Boys, take it easy on me now. Soccer's a big thing for me and my boys.
That's a miracle. That was not supposed to happen. There are perfect moments every day. And that also is something I realized and learned to appreciate through Dr. Backhouse's program.
Different injuries require different types of support. Through the Dr. Lisa Thompson Center, families and patients are provided with the help that they need. These scholarships function to help and educate each and every one of them through the process.
The night of Andrea's accident, we were home and we actually had Lydia, her daughter, with us. And I was actually getting ready to put her to bed. And I looked at my phone and I could see some posts coming up on Facebook about something had happened at the state fair.
I was going to a concert at the Indiana State Fair almost 6 years ago when the Sugarland concert and the stage collapsed, and something, I may never know what, hit me in the head and crushed my skull. I got sent to Methodist for surgery immediately.
When we first saw her after surgery, her face was swollen. You really couldn't recognize her. It was discolored, and she had tubes and drains, and things were coming from everywhere on her. It was awful.
I had to learn how to talk, walk, and eat, and everything.
Well, I think it was scary when she came home for us and for her. But what was hard to watch is that she didn't really know what her deficiencies were.
I never felt like anything was wrong with me until, like I said, I got home and realized how different things were. So I wanted to go to these programs. And when I went, especially to Bix, and realized that things, what was affecting me and that it was okay, that helped me so much.
They teach you about that brain injury and what could happen and what it could affect, and that getting that information was great.
Yeah, it definitely helped them understand me and my frustrations, because you need more support than you realize.
It wasn't long till we realized that she was in the best place she could be in, and they were just wonderful there. They just felt like family, and I can't say enough about it. It helps the caregivers just as much as the patients, because we don't know what we're doing either. And I can't imagine just going home and having nothing, and that happens to people.
I definitely considered suicide many times, but because of these programs, I never crossed that point and never will. But they help me, because it's just like you have to accept who you are, and just definitely help me.
When you give to this Lisa Foundation, you are giving hope to people with brain injuries. You're giving hope to the patient, you're giving hope to their family.
I read about Lisa before you came, and her and I seem so much alike. And I would have done the same thing. And she didn't have this program, so, I wouldn't be here if we wouldn't have had this program. But the money that's raised from this will definitely save lives. It saved mine.
When I look at Andrea, the first thing is I'm thankful. I'm thankful for her every day. And I can remember I just prayed that I'd see her smile again. So every day when I see her and I see her smiling and I see her wonderful personality coming out, we've just seen her get better every year. And I think she's just a determined person. She was an athlete, and she just had that will, and she wouldn't give up. And she's just special. But I'm her mom.
The program gives patients hope and determination to keep going, and families the tools to understand the type of injury and how to deal with unique challenges each patient faces.
On July 1st of 2010, I suffered from sudden cardiac arrest. I collapsed. My husband did the CPR on me. He did CPR for about 11 minutes until the paramedics came there. They shocked my heart 2 times, 2 more times in the ambulance.
It was traumatic. I mean, in 1 minute, went from my wife saying I love you to the next minute she was dead on the floor in our house.
I was dead with no heartbeat for over an hour.
I mean, you would never imagine that somebody as young as her, or somebody fit like her, a beautiful, vibrant mom of my 3 children is dead, and it rips your world apart.
Anybody who has to go to a place like RHI is obviously not in a good condition. But once I arrived there, I knew that was the place I needed to be.
And I think when I walked into RHI and got to talking to people, I had a good confidence, and that was the place that we needed to be.
My husband and I participated in the couples care group that was provided by RHI. And my life was saved by my husband through CPR, but our lives together was saved through couples care. Our marriage would not be what it is today without that.
We take for granted that in Indianapolis, you don't think of us as this healthcare mecca, but we really have some of the world-class physicians, and especially at RHI, especially where they're doing couples care, for example, it's a program that's being used around the country and that was developed locally by our physicians.
Anybody who goes through, as a married couple, goes through a tragic event like this, it just does a toll on your marriage, where you can function together, where you can love one another, and you can learn how to cope and move through life again.
What a lot of people don't realize is once you get past the acute phase, the hard part starts. So one of the biggest things was being able to go to the couples care program. That to me meant more than anything. I think a lot of times as healthcare providers we get really focused on the patient and we do a really bad job of supporting the family, and to me that meant everything.
They did a ton of work with both of us and just got us back to where we used to be, which is just an amazing love story.
My life was ripped apart. My best friend, the love of my life was taken away from me. And I truly feel that if it wasn't for the programs that we went through RHI, we wouldn't be where we are today.
RHI has a really special place in our family's heart. If it wasn't for RHI, I wouldn't be the mom and the wife that I am today. I wouldn't be able to read to the kids when they got home from school. I wouldn't be able to do homework with my daughter. I wouldn't be able to go on dates with my husband and communicate to him like I've learned to do through things like couples care.
And without the program, she wouldn't be able to get back to being my beautiful wife, my best friend. So you're investing in lives. You're investing beyond bricks and mortar, beyond the trend of the day. You're investing in generations.
Your initial event, you suffer initially, but then the aftermath, what you have to do at home to be back to the mom and wife that you were again, is just something you can't understand unless you go through it.
I mean, I went through a post-traumatic stress because of everything we went through, and I was taken care of. I was given the support that I needed, and without them caring, we called it couples care for a reason.
And what RHI did for me was actually put me back in that place of being a mom and wife again, the mom that I was and the wife that I was.
For somebody to heal, it takes a team. And I was just thankful to be part of the team and have RHI be part of our team. No doubt, Becky's absolutely a miracle.
Hi, I'm Samantha Backhouse, and I'm a clinician here at RHI. You can see how RHI and the Dr. Lisa Thompson Center has made such a tremendous difference in the lives of individuals that have suffered traumatic brain injury and in their families. I will never forget the day when I first met Dr. Townley, who is the father of Dr. Lisa Thompson. Dr. Lisa Thompson suffered a traumatic brain injury, and she unfortunately suffered devastating effects of this injury. Dr. Townley came to us here at RHI and showed us a stack of records about this big. He said to us, "All of this money was spent to save my daughter's life, but what more could we have done to bring her quality of life, to bring meaning back to her life again?" The effects of traumatic brain injury are lifelong. You've seen that. And those effects, they will devastate and cause challenges to not only the person that suffered the injury, but their family members as well. Their spouses, their brothers, their sisters, their parents, and even their children. With the help of individuals like yourself, we can make lifelong, meaningful changes to these individuals. We can help bring significance, meaning, and quality back to their life again. Thank you.